Welcome out to Taking a Hike with Jim. Of course, my name is Jim, aka trail name you know. So in saying that, today we are going to be doing an unboxing video, right? This is the first time I've ever done an unboxing video. It is a true unboxing video. It's still sealed from the Amazon box. We got our trusty old-timer knife here for just a second before we get into this. Now what this is our cot for our sleep system. Now, just a forewarning, it's not the cot that we wanted to get originally. That one, number one, was going to cost us way more, and number two, we are way overweight for that cot. So we had to go with the different. So we're going to get into this, we're going to get into specification and what exactly kind of cot we have, because we are going to do our very first ever, right here, unboxing video. Alright, like I said, this is our very first ever unboxing video. This is the natural, or all natural, cot system. So we'll get into that, but this is a brand, this is something, a brand new piece of gear for us. We're doing the unboxing here. Like I said, when I say we're doing the unboxing, it don't get much fresher. It's still in the Amazon box, right? So this has not been field tested by us yet. It's not been put together yet. This is a brand new piece of gear. We gotta be careful because the box says no knives. So I'm being very delicate. I don't want to cut into this thing and go from there, right? So in saying that, we'll take it out of the box. That is a pretty good size bag that's in. This thing does feel true to weight, which is going to be, they say that the NaturalHike cot weighs about 4.8 pounds. I'm gonna say it's about right, and this is gonna be a little bit heavier than what I wanted, so this may become an extra item. This may not be the cot that I wanted. We'll just have to see. The bag is a little bit bigger. This would pretty much go the extent of my pack, it looks like. That's going to be something we'll have to try out. And it's at 4.8 pounds. We'll see here in a second. There's a tag there of how much this one weighs. The one we originally selected was about 2.5 pounds, something like that. But it was also $40. The weight limit on it was not as much as this. The weight limit on this one was 300-pound capacity. This NaturalHike was 300-pound capacity, where the other one was like 260. Of course, I'm still setting at about 275, so about 15 pounds before I meet just the minimum standard for that other one. We might pull the trigger, go ahead and order the other one just to have it. If we do, we will let you know. But in saying that, for now, this is the cot. So we'll look at the tag here. Just like I said, very first unboxing. Got a nice little tag here on it. Let's see what it says here. Size is 190 by 65 by 15 centimeter, 100% polyester, 70-75 aluminum alloy. It's a level qualified product. Of course, it's made in China. We don't know what part of China, but they're somewhere in China. And that's all it really has there for us. So we're going to turn it over on its side. Has a nice zip back. So, okay. I'm thinking, I got an idea. We're going to find out. So the stuff sack this is convenient. We've got some paperwork in here too. We'll look at that. The stuff sack probably shed a few ounces off this thing. Let's see what we got here. The Return to NaturalHike. This is all, unfortunately, just about in Chinese writing. NaturalHike is a global one-stop equipment brand popular in 68 countries worldwide. Since its establishment in 2010, has been dedicated to the research, development, design, and distribution of outdoor equipment and apparel. With brand philosophy of NaturalHike, return to nature with ease, it is consistently gained unanimous recognition and admiration of outdoor travel enthusiasts, both domestically and internationally. And then, like I said, it has this nice little card thing that fits in. It gives it like a summertime glow type thing or whatever. And then this looks like some instructions. Cot is a cot is a cot. We'll lay this out so you can kind of see what it's going to kind of be like right there. It tells you how to set up. We've watched tons of videos on this thing on how to set these up, but I want to get into the actual packaging itself. I'm feeling like the cot itself, this is super, super light. The cot itself is where the light is from. This is super light, very, we'll try to stretch it out here for you a little bit. This goes about 6 foot. It feels like good material, has advertised. It should have directions on the inside as well. Sorry about the table and the angles of the camera for my first ever unboxing video. It does have the directions up here, has advertised and different things. It's got the little hooks for your bedroll. Some people on videos like, we can't figure out what those are for, and I'm like, I know what they're for. So that is very light. So the idea with this would be to put this, scrunch this down. We don't necessarily want a wet bed. I'm pretty sure I can get this smaller, and I'm pretty sure that I can get this inside a compression bag versus that big gear bag and go from there. So here is going to be the poles. These poles feel extremely lightweight. Extremely lightweight. I got a feeling I know where the majority of the weight in this thing is at. These feel great. They has advertised. Do have this nice little Velcro strap that keeps them, whatever. So here in a minute, we will go through the video to put them together. So we'll have, it looks like probably 5 foot poles made out of aluminum, almost like tent poles. Like I said, pretty light for the most part. Right here is the weight. This is where the weight's at. I can tell you right now, I feel it. We're gonna set those over out the way because these are pretty light. I'm saying them big aluminum poles there are about 2 pounds in themselves in their own right. These, not so much. At this point, I'm like a kid in Christmas, just ripping open and laying them down, baby, laying them down. So here we go. Very excited about this stuff. Still very excited, even with the weight. I'm excited. That's just a lot. That's a lot of weight once you actually get to filling it, versus just looking at going, well, I can shave a pound here or there to make this work. That is a lot of weight, whatever. So now let's pull the camera back up versus the unboxing and show how these things go. So like I said, these have that nice little convenient strap around them. Want to keep that strap on. These are supposed to fold out and go together super simple. Locks in super quick. Pretty much does it on its own, to be honest. Once you pop it kind of up in place, and then those are going to lock so that they can't be twisted or whatever. Then you got this little strap here. You can just work it around so you still have it or whatever. And then there you go. That's how the poles work. Very sturdy, very light. Material very light. These are very light. I got a feeling the weight is in the other poles. So that may be something we have to modify or remedy or something like that. I don't know. I don't know the difference between this one and the one I wanted originally that was only be like 2 pounds. It's the same overall design. The only thing I did see online was that these right here tend to rub a little bit of spots on the tent. So we're going to see how that goes. We're going to see how that goes. We're going to set that up there. And then we got 5 more, 1, 2, 3, 4 more or so of these put together. Once again, let's see if this one goes together just as easy. I'm betting it does. Comes out, locks, goes straight in by itself for the most part. You hear that? Hear the clicks? Clicks itself. Gotta make sure the foot's in the right direction here. Boom. So there it is. So there's your other one set up. It's locked into place. There's 2. Like I said, those are extremely, extremely light. This comes, once again, let's be quiet, other than listen to the cat in the background. Listen, let's see what we got here. Very much just snaps itself together, right? Very much snaps itself together. This is the first time I've done this, period. You're seeing this as I'm doing this. You saw me break it out the box. It just came off the FedEx truck, right? So, we've not put this thing together at once by ourselves. We'll have to overlook the floor here in a minute. Boom. So those together. Now here is the big thing. These are the ones that I feel that are causing the weight issue. So we got to look at weight distribution with these bad boys. So alone, they ain't, once again, alone, they ain't too heavy. So you look at it and put them together and you think, well, that's going to be heavy and it's in the bag. They don't feel heavy at all. So it's one of those deals, I feel like that without the stuff sack that it come with, if I want to stuff this in my bag by itself, like you would an unpacked tent, this feels very light to me. I mean, very light. So it's like, where is the weight coming from that I felt in that bag originally? That I was like overwhelmed with. Once again, these things should just snap together by themselves. Still very, very much very light. Yeah. So we'll set that over here. Kitty's probably gonna knock that down. She's very interested in what it is. And it comes with some hair ties, right? You can actually use those as hair ties. It's basically what they are. So anyway, it comes with 2 free hair ties, ladies. There you go. So if you know, you know. So you didn't think you were gonna get one this video, did you? So anyway, there's the 2 6-foot poles. As far as that goes. Now we got to move some stuff around so you can see me putting this thing together, and then we are actually going to try it out. Once again, you have to overlook my office floor. It is a mess in here, okay? So in saying that, let's pause this for a second, move some stuff so we can put this thing together. So I think this is going to allow us to kind of see how this goes together. We'll see. Not we'll have to redo. So on either side of this bad boy, like I said, it's 6 feet. On either side of this bad boy, there is a place to slide the poles. One end is completely sealed. This end is going to be the foot end, I'm presuming. That's what we're going to call it. It's sealed. The other side is open. So the first thing we do is we take our 6-foot pole, y'all seen me putting this together for the first time. This has not been practiced. This is not whenever you're seeing it literally for the first time with me. It's just watch some videos prior to getting this thing. So I don't know, in all honesty, exactly. So far it's set up it's a little bit easy, other than I'm trying to do it in the house in a very, very tight office space. That's not meant for this. Well, I guess it could be. It could be my son's bedroom before he moved out. So we can go from there. But once again, learning as I go through and as you go through it together. Go from there. already getting cat hairs all over this thing. Beautiful. So on the very end, let's see if I can get this thing swapped around. On the very end, there is a pull tab. This pull tab comes up over, covers the pole, locks that pole in place. So now, pole number one is in to the one side. As you can see, nice height, nice width. So we are going to again repeat the process of sliding this other pole and fighting the door and fighting everything in the office to put this thing together. People say, well, see, that's what you would, if you was at a shelter, you'd be struggling too. I don't necessarily consider this a struggle. And if I was at a shelter, I'd set it up outside the shelter and then bring it in and set it up that way versus getting people space, taking a chance to knock somebody out with the pole. That type of deal, right? How to use our heads. You never know what you'll hear or see right here on Take a Hike with Jim. You never know. So, we fairly easy setup thus far. The real question is the other poles. I've seen a lot of things about how easy or how hard that could be. Now when your hands are cold or it's raining, you're frustrated, you're aggravated, you have to set this up outside the tent. Getting it in the tent might be fun. We got to try that too. That's gonna be a good field test. I'm gonna do that here in a little bit too. We're gonna try to get this in the tent here in a little bit too, after it's put together. Which means we'll have to set up the tent as well to see, because it may not be doable. So anyway, sorry about that. The way these work, from the videos I've seen, you have these little loop sections. We'll loop the one on the bottom first, snap it into place. Now, you're going to hold and you're going to push and pull at the same time. That is a little tough, but not too bad. So now we got to go down on the other end and do the same thing. And then when I get to this other side, you will see what I'm talking about, the push and the pull. So it locks into place, pull up, push down, a little effort. There you go. So those two are together. So now we are going to do the middle one, right? I got so much hiking stuff and so much stuff here in the way in the office. I do apologize, wasn't totally prepared for this, but so once again, these feet go towards the floor. This is the latch onto the sides of the cot. Push down, pull up. So after you get the feet in, the feet parts seem to be the hardest ones to get in. These, let's see how this one goes. Super simple. So yeah, the feet ones seem to be the harder of the two to get in. Once you get those in, this thing just tends to boom, lock in place, and all of a sudden we now have us a 6-foot cot system, and put together extremely lighter weight, extreme lightweight. So we got to figure out the packing system and everything. I want to see what this thing's like to lay on. Give me just a minute. So you've already seen the unboxing and the putting together of the cot in the other room in the office. Welcome to my outside, what is kind of like what would be a simulated shelter out on the AT. Now I know what you're saying, it's the front of your porch of your house, and it's nothing like that. Listen, there's no heat in here, there's massive windows. In the winter, it stays about 5-10 degrees colder in here than it does outside. So we usually keep a curtain, door shut in here, whatever. But for now, this is a staging area for some video work and different things like that. And then we can go out into the front yard, backyard, side yard, whatever, set this up to do some camping. In the next day or so, we're gonna do an actual field test of it. So as you can see, I went ahead and blew up my Nemo Tensor Extreme, and it lays perfect right on top of the cot. Now, you'll notice that the cot at the top, at the head box, had plenty of space, but down at the bottom of the foot box, there is less space. Now, here is the issue when it comes to the cot and this tent. The issue is I had to break the cot down, all but the side poles, put it in, and then reassemble the foot pieces inside the tent, which was extremely hard sliding around on concrete, right? I feel like that once the tent would be set up and staked down, might have a little bit easier time doing that. It does fit. It does have quite a bit of gap underneath it, as far as for airflow and stuff like that, but there's a plus side to that, because underneath those sections of the cot, if you see down underneath these sections, that could be storage for different things that I could put underneath there, underneath the cot if I need to, for staying. And like I said, you're seeing this as the first time as I'm doing it. This is brand new. You saw it coming out of the box and everything. So we're gonna lay on it with our air pad. Everything's fell off my shelf. We're gonna lay on it with the air pad and with the cot in the tent and see how that feels. It already looks more comfortable than what I had. It's going to all come down to be honest, I think I'm going to have to upgrade to the Nemo Dragonfly 2, which is a 2-person tent. And then I don't think it would be an issue at all. The only problem with that is, this late in the game, and with as much money as I've already spent, the lady running the camera behind me, yeah, she's not happy with the idea of dropping $400 on another tent when I've already dropped that on 2 tents and didn't keep either one of them if that happens. So anyway, so we're gonna see what this is like. We're gonna play glasses go in the overhead pocket up here so that I have them if I need them. So I'm gonna be honest with you. This is extremely comfortable. It's a little tight because it's a 1-person. As you can tell, my feet are at the edge of the foot box. But with the tensor pad, it's extremely comfortable. Now, what if I'm a side sleeper, which I am? Let's see. So we'll lay on our sides. We have our pillow. I got a feel that this is going to be a back sleeping system, or this is going to be a stomach sleeping system, using this pad no matter what, whether it be on the ground or whether it be on the cot. And that may have been the issue all along, and learning how to become a back sleeper, right? But as far as it goes with it being right here, this is extremely comfortable. It was a little bit of a process setting it up, and my wife's doing a great job running the camera. Everybody say hi to Mad Clicker on YouTube. Anyway, in saying that, I'd like to thank you for this time of watching me set this thing up and giving you an honest review. So here's my honest opinion. Am I going to take the cot out on the hike? Oh, we got one more test to do, don't we? I forgot about that. We do. We have one more test. We'll have to do that test. It needs to be this video, though, so we'll see. No, we'll do it on another video. How's it going to be with this fitting in our bag with our other gear? That's the only other real test I need before a field test. But this thing is extremely comfortable. With this on the cot, I can feel little to no sag in that cot whatsoever. So I'm really happy with it. But I think we're going to have to upgrade the tent quite possibly to a 2-person. And I don't know what the details of that's going to be yet, so we'll let you know. Going through the honest review of this Naturehike cot that we have. We still got one more test for it. We'll go from there. But thank you for tuning in. I need you to do me one more favor, if you would, please. Take a hike, would you?